So it was when he told his son about his other dad, that he found out who your real granddad is or
Right.
whatever. Just seeing him break down was like, wow,
Yeah.
knowing their relationship, knowing the recorded conversations and stuff like that. So that was interesting though. So listen to the album. It's okay. It's okay. It's decent. It's Kirk Franklin.
Being
he's
dramatic and
Kirk
everything.
Franklin in.
He added the levels of drama to it and all, but
Right.
it was but it was understanding. So like when I was getting from it, and I called my brother about it. So like
Right. Okay.
I was raised by my so I was like we grew up, we never lacked a father figure, right?
Okay.
So our first me and my brother agreed our first father figure was our grandfather. Like he was that
Right.
strong man. He was there in the household.
Right.
So it was like people like I didn't have daddy issues then. So then the next was like one of my uncles was another like strong male role model in
Right.
my family, right? He gave us that tough love, like
Right.
he's like, oh, here comes Uncle Tony, gonna run, right? So
Right.
then it went from him to when my mom remarried, I was stepdad, Johnny, who we called dad. We never referred to him as our stepdad, but technically
Okay.
that's what the term is. But that once the day before he married our mom, November 1st, we was like, "Yo, Dad, what's up?
Wow.
This is what we
Wow.
call this
Okay.
is what we calling you from now on." And he's been dad,
Right.
and he's been that like this is what a dad is, right? So
Right.
so like I couldn't relate, but I understood Kirk Franklin's like him not having that in his family. He go him not having his dad, and then also being that he was adopted, not having his mom in his life.
Right.
So he really was like reaching, like it was just him and
Yeah.
Gertrude, right?
Right.
So so
Right.
by not having that there in his life, he went from whatever he said the piano was his safe space, right? But just seeing seeing how he was reacting, like he went his whole life not knowing his dad, and in turn
Right.
not knowing how to be a dad, and that's
Yeah.
where his relationship with his son was broken. Um,
Right.
so and I'm like, wow, this I can't relate, but now I seeing him, I'm like, we first look at, oh, he's being Kirk, he's being all dramatic, but
Right. Right. Because at the beginning, I was like, "Oh,
because
you wildin'. You
he was
wildin'.
like, oh,
You a little
oh,
extra." Right.
oh, this is my daddy. This is my daddy. Like, wait a minute. And it's for me to call somebody daddy, like
Right.
you got to earn that. You got to earn that.
Yeah. You can't just
That,
just throw it out there. Right. Right. Right.
even my father-in-law, I had to give him his own name. I couldn't call my father-in-law dad. I was like, yo,
Right.
So for the longest it was Mr. Mosley. I didn't even call him Daryl.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Mosley, right?
All right.
And then I was like, you know what? I know what your name is. You're Pops.
There you go.
So I got my dad is Johnny,
Okay.
and Pops is Daryl, right? And
Right.
he loves me when I call him Pops. He's like, every time I say Pops, he be like, yeah, I'm Pops. Right? So when he watch a Kurt like go ahead and write his first thing like, yo, this is my daddy. Like, no, he's not your daddy. He was the donor.
He's a donor.
he contributed to you.
Well, I don't know because the dude was the dude had been in their life though. Like he been around. He wasn't a stranger. He was
He was a neighbor.
right. I'm just saying, like, so he was kind of like it's kind of Thomas is like having a dude kind of be the mentor, get on your nerves sometime. The little bitty stuff, but so that transition was just like the dude. I need to spend a little more time with you now.
What I did like was, you can tell the guy, he wasn't in it to try to like take advantage of whatever wealth that
right,
he had, right? He was doing pretty good, and he said, "Yo, I'll let you figure this out and paste this
right.
your
Come
level."
see me. Yes,
but apparently,
at your we're gonna work at this at your pace. That was
Yeah.
that was good.
And to see how he was like, okay, Kirk and his son, they use it as a moment like, all right, we need to repair this. We need to actually have a true relationship,
Right.
and do this the right way. So I'm hoping for the best, because
Yeah.
because Kirk's son was even like on that. I don't even know you. You don't reply to my text messages. I've been texting you all month. I'm like, and for me, as a dad, I'm like, shoot, my son FaceTime me. I'll be in the middle of a meeting. I'll be like, what's up, dude? My daughter texts me. I'm like, what it be? Because she know not to call me, because if she call me, I'm shutting stuff down. That means she got a problem.
Right.
So to hear another dad that son is like, yo, I text you and I haven't heard from you in like months. You haven't replied to my text messages. Like, dude, Kurt, come on, I watch Sunday Best. Right. Come on, dude. You a man of the cloth. Like,
right.
How you going to be a representative of the father and you're not a good father? So
AD, you gotta have to share that link so everybody can watch it.
Oh man, I thought I shared it.
It's interesting to think about this situation, because there's so many. I mean, you could play the other side of it, which is dude knew he was Kirk's father for the longest. From what I hear, what you just shared, Larry, is they look alike. And so if he knows that I mess with Kirk's mama and I look like Kirk and Kirk look like me, then I know I'm the daddy. But how we gonna monetize this thing? How we gonna make some money? We gotta do that prelude before your album drops or something.
Yo, I would listen. My lights hack that's coming up. But listen,
hey,
I was thinking about that, Thomas. I was thinking about that. Listen, I was wondering who had the meeting and was like, yo, you about to find out about your dad. You about to come out with this album. How can we pull this all together?
How can we put it all together?
There was somebody in the room like, wait. Let's just not rush through this. Let's take our time with this.
No, we got to draw the heartstrings into this. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Right.
We need relationships here. Like, we need to break down walls. We need to break down walls in front of the public. Like, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, you're going to pay me back for all them years I suffered. That's what Kirk said. You're going to give me this. I need to make a couple mil off of this. But
still, you and your mom is not going to have a good relationship because of this. You're going to still have mama trouble. So we're going to have something for the next album. We'll call the next album Oh Mama.
Man. I don't know why I've never heard that before. It's the first time I ever heard that. Mama trauma. We hear daddy issues all the time, but mama trauma is a whole different level.
I think women deal with that more than
men and guys. Yeah.
Because I know my wife. Earlier on when I first met her, she was like, "Oh my gosh, my mom," or whatever. But over time, their relationship really blossomed, and I guess they found out like how similar they were.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about that. What you said, like guys. What was that your sweatshirt is?
That's my mother-in-law.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Yeah, there she go.
So yeah, there was obviously the reconciliation because you weren't sporting that.
Yep.
I think about boys and their moms. It doesn't matter what the mom does a lot of times. Boys always stood up for their mom. Mom could be 100% wrong. Don't matter. That's my mom. That's my mom. I remember one time I was at the post office and I roll in the post office. It's a one way. And so I roll in, I park. When I park, I hop out. And this woman is like, you mother, you see me coming. you da da da, and she's just laying into me. She just cussing me out. I'm like, what you talking about? You see me coming to that parking spot, you mother. And I'm like, wait a minute. How you coming into the parking spot? It's one way. You see which way I'm pointing? She's coming the wrong way, right? You motherfucker, you that, and you that, and you that. And I'm like, listen, lady, I didn't know you were coming. You knew I was, and she just kept going. I was like, shut up.
That's enough.
You know what?
Wait a minute.
All I can stand and I can't stand no more.
And all I did, that's it. I laid, shut up, and walked inside the post office, right? I walk out. There's this dude standing behind my car. He's like 6'3".
Uh-oh.
He's bigger than me, wider than me. And, you know, my old school mindset was just, as soon as I walked out, I was like, knock him out. That was my old school mindset, because he's sitting there like, dude,
Right,
you know?
I'm done with you.
And the funny thing, I was like, as I'm walking up to the car, I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you can't be talking to my mama like that. I said, your mama was wrong. Yeah, I don't care. That's my mama. I was like, look, your mama was totally disrespectful. Yeah, that's my mama, though. I said, look, man, if someone was talking to you like that, what would you have done?
Right.
I said, he was like, I was like, your mom is talking to a grown man like I'm a child. That ain't my mama. That's your mama. And, you know, I'm talking to him like this, and I'm walking closer and closer to him. And the closer I get to him, it's just kind of diffusing. And when I get to him, I was like, man, your mom was wrong. He said, yeah, but that's my mama.
There you go.
And turned around and walked away, right? It's just crazy how people will defend their mom regardless. They could be totally wrong. You know, this guy didn't know whether I was, you know, someone crazy, someone, you know. The difference is, if I was still the old way, it would have been some kind of mess. But you know, for me, it's like, diffuse this mess, get it out the way, and keep it moving. I'll never see him again.
So Thomas, you came on to the you still was old Thomas, but in a different way. Like you still knocked them out. You still knocked them out, but you knocked them out in a different way. You know, you came up, you know, you came up, you know, inch by inch or whatever. You were sizing them up, but you was like letting him know. You knocked him out with your words and giving him understanding. You know, you gave him understanding.
Yeah, there you go.
He knew. Okay, I'm defending my mom who was wrong, but it's my mom. Right. But I understand that, you know, that you had nothing to do with this, and hey, you got him.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
You're not about with logic, right?
Because me.
All right, Ashley Collins says, I feel like it was
Larry, he would have saw you and been like, mom, you know, you ever see those videos where that dude is kicking on the punching bag and his wife is like, he done smacked my booty, what are you gonna do about it? He over there smacking on the bag, and he's like did he do this or did he do it like this? She's like, you better go and handle, hold on, stop.
Right. Ashley said, I feel like it was staged. There was no way he waited that long to find out. He just wanted to make it public now.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
I mean,
possibly. You're right.
Listen, you can't knock him for making the money, but man, the faking people out kind of thing, if that's what happened, you know, that's my allegations. I'm making that allegation of that. And I ain't trying to. He's allegedly this way he did, but
allegedly
that's my allegation. And I am the alligator.
There you go. Mama said knock you out. That's what Mama said, right? Mama said knock you out.
Yeah.
But
you know, the funny thing, Larry, is I look like this. And so all my life, I've always had that where people thought, oh, I got me one. And you know, it's not like I'm the toughest. I'm not soft as people think I am. And so
I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
People will try. And what I realized is it's like showing weakness to something. If there's a weakness, like if I would have like walked out and saw him and turned back around and be like 911, he'd have been like, "See, mama, I punked that fool."
I punked it.
But he didn't realize that I was gonna still walk toward him.
Right.
And
right.
I think that's a lot of times people don't want that smoke. People don't
Nah.
give them a way out, and most of the time people will take it.
Right.
And that's what I've learned. Like no one really wants to get, not at this age especially. We ain't trying to get down like that. I ain't trying to break no hip off of taking a fighting stance. That's all I do. I took my fighting stance and broke my hip.
Oh.
I was good until I fell. I slipped.
Could you imagine that next
I was
BOL?
picking them up for the slam.
that next BOL session, we see Thomas like this in the cast. Hey, yo, Thomas, what happened? So what happened was this crazy lady was saying what it was. Then next thing, this 6'3" dude was out there, and I got into the fighting stance, and it was over.
No one kicked me from behind. I don't know who it was.
Who was it? Who did it? Right. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so welcome everybody to the Brothers of Legacy. Appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. And for those that might be late, right? Like say you just started the live. I wonder if I'm the only one that does this. Does anybody hit the 2 times on the YouTube when people are talking and you're trying to catch up or you want to hear something specifically? Does anybody speed up their YouTubes? Like if they're long or they're live and you're like, I'm trying to get to the live part, but I want to hear what happened prior to the live starting. Anybody does that? I guess I'm probably alone in that.
I don't do it on lives, but I do it on almost any video I watch. I speed it up. I don't listen to. I don't have time to sit here and listen to your cadence. I need to
get to what I need.
You know, and on YouTube, I even cheat, and the little mountain where it shows this is where most of the interest is. On YouTube, it has the algorithm that shows where the mountain is, so I'll go right to right before the mountain. And then if I hear something, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, let me see if they said something. Let me back it up just a little bit. But I'm playing it at least 1.5 speed every video I watch. Everything I listen to is at 1.5 speed.
Wow, I watch mine at. I see how long it's going to be. So the lives.
Okay.
I just get in where I fit in. But if a YouTube video, I'll say, oh, it's an hour and a half. I look at my watch. Yeah. See what I can do. I'll sit there for that whole hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Like, so let me ask this though. With YouTube, it like say you want to you have a device or you have something you're trying to figure out, right? And you're like, oh man, let me go to YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. Are you the one that look for the shortest video on how to do it? Because sometimes you see you're like a half hour. It shouldn't take a half hour to do this. Because they come, hey, what's up, everybody? Blah, 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 blah. Like they talk about 20 minutes and then maybe the last 10 is like, okay, let me show you real quick what you got to do to make this thing happen.
Ain't nobody got no time for that. That's why people who watch videos like that, that's why these little videos of these cooking videos where someone's doing this wild, outrageous, oh, we're cooking it this way. Oh, just a little bit longer. We didn't put this stuff in the toilet and we're mixing it up. Oh, and then we're doing it like this. And 20 minutes later, they're like, the nothing happens after 20 minutes. You just waste that time. Ain't nobody got no time for that. I'm like, so the do-it-yourself videos, I do look for the shortest ones. Or if I can't find the shortest ones, I find what I need in that video and I speed it up to 1.5 times. And if I need to, again, if I have to pause it, that's what the pause button's for. If I need to get, but I don't have time to sit here and watch a Roland Martin video where he's just running his mouth.
Oh, don't they listen? His headline would be like such and such, such and such. You're like, okay. I'm like, oh, why I gotta watch this 2-hour video? Clip this up, Roland. Clip it up. Clip it up. I don't want to watch a whole show. Sorry, but I want to watch the headline. What you put there, I want to get right to that. Yeah. So I feel you on that one. Roland Martin's the worst. You're like, I want to watch the whole thing.
Only time when I skip the person's intro is an unnecessary intro that's talking about a bunch of like dude, this I needed to get to what I came to.
I came here for.
Right, but then from there, I'll watch the whole thing. You know, I'll sit there and watch it because I'm taking every bit by bit in, and then you know, boom, I'm programmed, and now I can go and do whatever it was myself. But then the thing is, I watch more than one video, so I want to get all perspectives and see. Okay,
sometimes
what's right,
right, facts are wrong, right. Joint too long. His joint's too long. It's like he has a compelling headline, you know, and it's like 2 hours. I'm not watching a whole show. I don't want to watch a whole show rolling. I just want to watch the meat of the reason you came on.
Right. So, I'm gonna have to watch. I haven't watched any of his, so now I'm gonna watch one. That's my homework.
And for Larry, my different perspective. Unless it's like, you know, if somebody does something like, nah, it shouldn't take all that. let me watch another video. You know, like, nah, I shouldn't have to do all that to make that happen. Let me watch another video. Then I'm like, there you go. The 10-minute video right there. I could do that. Yeah.
So I'd rather read than listen to all that.
Nah, I gotta watch it. Reading is okay, but when you actually see him do it, like, oh, okay. Because when you read, you're like, ain't no way you did that. No way, not that way. It wouldn't have worked. Oh man. So, gentlemen, what's going on this week? Anything big?
What's this week?
This is October. It's almost November. Then December. It's almost the end of the year. The end of the year.
Can you believe that? It's like already October.
Right.
It's already November almost because
basically.
Once it starts, it's over.
Once it starts, it's over. It's over.
So, it's crazy. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah. So we're in October, right?
Right.
And do you guys do the Halloween thing?
Halloween.
Dress up, do the Halloween parties.
So I don't dress up. I let my kids.
What's this thing called Halloween? What's this thing called? Halloween? No, we don't.
You know, it's
we've never done it.
So it's interesting that you bring that up because I was reading something the other day about pagan holidays, right? Someone was talking about pagan holidays and you know, are you being involved with these pagan holidays? You know, years ago, I used to try to reconcile in my mind what, you know, in my heart, what's the good thing? What's the bad thing? Are we actually contributing to the pagan holiday or are we just contributing to fun? Is it entertainment, right? Because we can look at almost anything and look at it as a pagan something. You know, look at your calendar, look at this, look at that. Everything could be a pagan something. And I think sometimes we got to reconcile in our minds. So let's use the birth of Jesus, for example, December 25th. We celebrate Christmas. And when we start looking at Christmas, a lot of people are like, well, he was born in this area at this time. And so it couldn't have been winter time that he was doing. Well, obviously is a whole other side of the world in a different climate, everything else. But the point isn't the day he was born. The point was he is born, right? So we celebrate it on a day. What day do you want to celebrate? Well, everybody seems to think December 25th is a good day. I think December 25th is a good day. I think it's a perfect time because we get time off. We get, you know, the whole festive activities. Everybody's heart is in line with you know, this. And it's a great time to share the love of Christ with other people and everything else. So December 25th works for me. You know, but it's a pagan holiday. Do you get a Christmas tree? Yes.
Right.
Why do you get a Christmas tree? Same reason why I get plants.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
It's so nice. And you know, and so it's interesting how we will nitpick like Christians and how they are and nitpicking and everything else. But the reality is we don't examine our whole other parts of our life, you know. And so we'll nitpick someone who gets involved with Halloween. To me, Halloween is a great time to interact with people that you'll never get a chance to interact with. And
that's a good way to look at it. That's a good
and it's a time where you don't have to lift up all the evil that's connected to it, but you can actually lift up the relationships and how you're going to connect with other people you may never have connected with. When Jesus was walking through, the masses of the crowds, how many people in there were believers? A lot of people weren't,
Right.
You have what's his name? Zacchaeus. He's a tax collector. And everybody hated the tax collector. Jesus walking through the crowd. Zacchaeus is up in the tree. He's like, yo, come down to the tree. I'm gonna come have dinner with you.
Right.
And we forget the relational aspect of so many things that we're supposed to be doing because we want to tie it to something that's a pagan belief. Well, maybe that is for you, but it's not for me. It's an opportunity for me to engage and to connect with community and other things in a different way, because in one sense, I'm the influencer, not you. I may engage in your space, but I'm the influencer. Biblically, it talks about, if someone puts this type of food in front of you, don't sit there and, give thanks and whatever. We don't have to worry about all the madness of this world. There's a freedom that we walk in. And so a lot of times when we look at this stuff, now, if you're involved with all the exactly.
Never mind. I got what you was right. He already knew. He knew.
Right.
The dude gonna hand me this bread is the one that's gonna betray me.
We
Appreciate
can,
you, brother.
We can sit here all day long and have this back and forth conversation, but after the holiday's gone, what did your root look like? What does your fruit look like?
Exactly.
And that's what matters. And so
with us, and I always felt bad, like when we were younger, we were younger parents. My wife is like, nah, we can't celebrate Halloween because it's a pagan holiday. Our kids not going to dress up. And I'm like, my mom had she made this costume for a baby girl. It was just a leopard. It was a little leopard thing, right? I'm like, come on. And then so I don't think the whole time earlier on our kids did not dress up for Halloween. And then on top of that, she took Santa away. She's like, I'm not letting no big guy with no white beard get credit for what I'm getting for my kids and stuff. I'm like,
no doubt.
I'm like, hey,
no doubt.
It's an experience. It was something to look forward to, And then you can't rob them. If you tell them this, now they're gonna be the one. They're gonna be that kid spoiling it for all the other kids going to school, and now their parents be coming at us like,
"That's my kids." That's my kids.
Like, man.
So what's your thought on it?
For me, Halloween we didn't do. No, I couldn't do. I couldn't. We never celebrate. We did some of the trunk or treats at some of the churches. I think maybe once or twice, but never doing like the costumes and stuff. I think the kids pressed us one year. We kind of had a back and forth with that, as far as wearing the costumes or whatever. So no, we kind of did. We didn't celebrate or get into it. I hate to say evolve, but you kind of evolve and think about, and I hear you on that, Thomas. It's like you just kind of label it differently. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not. And I was looking up pagan. It had so many different variations of definitions. I was like, pagan doesn't even really have a clear definition. But like Christmas, of course we do Christmas. Of course the birth of Christ, but it's also a giving time. It's a time for family come together. We do Thanksgiving, and we know Thanksgiving ain't really the happiest holiday, but it's a time for family to come together. We relabeled it like, oh, family come together, give us time to eat together, discuss all the stuff we ain't talked about all year, have a couple of fights, love, cry, and move on.
Do you have a turkey?
And you got to have a turkey. Got to have a turkey. Unless you're vegan, I guess you got a vegan turkey. I don't know. So
I'm about to drop something on you.
Yeah.
What's that?
So, have y'all looked at your calendars yet?
It's Columbus Day.
And it's Columbus Day, and it's
today?
Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday.
Huh?
It's who People Day?
It's Columbus
Indigenous
Day.
people. Okay.
On the calendar, it says Columbus Day.
It says Columbus Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Curtis. Holy Ween. the church for the kids.
Eminem.
We just got to change the name. We just got
it's Harvest Festival is what it is now. You know,
He said, "I felt
it's crazy.
Harvest
how-
Fest, right?
Yeah,
Harvest
the
Fest. I
Harvest
can
Fest.
Oh, Jeff.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Oh,
you got,
Jeff.
I should hand out baby.
Oh,
instead of candy.
Oh man, I know
love
where
it,
he's
Jeff.
going too. Oh, Jeff.
I love it, Jeff. I love it. I love it. Oh.
But yeah, like, do we need to relearn history again now that they're changing things up? Like you went from
Nah, I mean, you should know that Columbus didn't discover America. So why are we celebrating Columbus Day? We shouldn't even have to relearn that. We should just be honest and be like,
Just
okay,
move on.
you're right.
Just
Move on. But people wanna
You're right.
Hold on to a lie. You know,
Right.
Columbus discovered America.
oh right.
Right.
But how does it? How
Plymouth
does
Rock didn't, we didn't discover Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock.
Rock.
right, blame it on us.
how do- how-
or whatever.
But how do
Anyway.
we? But how do we rebrand it to Indigenous Peoples Day? Like, how do you take? You know, how is it that day instead of like
Because
May 7th?
because you said May 7th.
I would have thrown a date out there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, May 7th.
I was like, right, May 7th.
Calendar.
Right.
You just pulled that out
I
anyway.
did.
Because I mean, you had the Columbus Day and for forever,
Right.
for a long, all my life,
Right.
Columbus Day has been a thing, right? But I would say that you have to really just begin to change things. Just like you got to throw in, you have your July 4th Independence Day propaganda, and then you have Juneteenth, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
so
Which is
you just
which
have
is
to
starting to
start-
fade again.
and people don't represent June 19th. They don't understand Juneteenth. They don't get it, and they probably never will because they celebrate their Independence Day, that old July 4th propaganda. Like whoever's born on July 4th, they gotta rethink their whole life.
Right.
Right.
That's
So,
it.
Right.
does Thanksgiving need to be rebranded?
I mean,
Isn't that Indigenous Peoples Day too?
so in a sense, yes, but I mean, there's been multiple proclamations about Thanksgiving over the years by different presidents, by different things, and it's an American thing. And I think as a tradition, it does represent a family time.
It
Right.
does.
And so,
Right.
But
and Detroit Lions losing. That's pretty much what it represents.
What up, though? What up,
I don't
though?
know. This year they might whoop on someone this year. This year they're playing some ball. Anyways, that's what it is.
Right.
And so we start thinking about, do we rebrand Christmas because people, aren't Christians?
Right.
They try to,
Right.
but listen,
Now
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Now it's Xmas
right.
or Xmas or it's the holiday.
The holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Happy
holiday.
holiday. Right.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think
and Happy New Year to you.
Well, the
I
thing
think-
is, happy holidays is kind of wrong because it's just a holiday. We don't have to, it's not like plural.
Oh,
holidays.
you know, what
Holidays.
they're doing it all
Thanksgiving.
encompassing. Christmas,
Thanksgiving,
Kwanzaa,
New Year's.
Hanukkah,
Oh, right. That.
New
Oh,
Year.
Oh,
They're
Right,
saying
right.
all those
I
at
forgot.
once.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Those holidays,
My
they want to
bad.
make sure they all inclusive.
you're
all
right.
inclusive. All
Got
inclusive.
you.
Holidays.
Yeah, I need to
Holidays is-
check myself.
Moja, unity.
Yeah, I think it's just I think now it's kind of just personal traditions that you have.
Right.
It's just personal tradition that you have. Stuff
Do
that
you feel it's offensive by telling someone else Merry Christmas?
Nope, I love it.
Because we're not trying to be an offensive culture, and
Right.
people want to say that's kind of offensive by saying Merry Christmas to me because I don't believe in all that Christmas and Christ stuff.
right.
How do you feel about that?
I don't if Jeff was like Happy Hanukkah, I'd be like, cool. Happy
Yeah.
Hanukkah, my brother. I don't know. I don't see it. I'll say it that way. I don't see it. Anybody out there that's listening right now, are you offended if someone says Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, to you, how do you feel? Do you feel offended?
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year, right?
I'll say this. Go ahead, Larry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, Jeff says, heck no.
So for me, and this is what I am daily, everything that people say, like, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. And so I have no problem with talking about who I am and my belief. But they say it offends. My kids have a problem sometimes when they go to school because they're like, I can't talk about this. I can't wear this sweatshirt or something like that because it's going to offend somebody. And I often tell them, I say, look, if you go to school and someone tells you can't wear this because it offends them, please let me know, because I'm going to be right at that school. Right. Because the amount of stuff that people wear that offends me. I'm letting you be who you are. Let me be who I am. Don't try to change because you feel convicted somehow or feel a certain type of way about my belief and everything. And you have no understanding about my belief, just like I have no understanding that took you to that dark place that made you get those horns tattooed on your head and all these piercings in your lips and wearing demon spawn shirts and stuff like that. I don't know what got you there. I ain't sitting there going, hey, you know what, principal such and such, I don't think I agree with that, and I think you need to do something about that. So a lot of times, our society is really just, I don't know why they're so anti-Christian, because you can go around and say other things that represent other religions or spirituality or Darwinism and whatever it is, and everything's fine. And so we can't, and for me, I just can't allow that to flow that way.
So two things I was going to say is, and it's like also like regions, like, so living in Philadelphia, like people was offended when you said hi, the recipient that we love, right? You said hi the wrong way. You got to say hello, not hi, right? But it was always happy holidays, and I'm like, man, whatever. So I get down here, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going to expect, and they go, Merry Christmas, may God bless you, and I'm like, yeah, back at you, like, oh, okay. And that's how, and it's the South, and that's just how the South is, right? And so I was like, that was always pretty cool. So now I'm like, oh, I don't have to be guarded. I can be me. I don't know whether I'm offending somebody, and it's all good, right? So something was on the news the other day, and it goes to these students. They were like, we are so confused on what we are allowed to learn and what we can't learn. You guys say, you were in your speech, and say, in God we trust or whatever, or God bless America. But at the same time, these books are banned. We can't read these books here in school. Like, you're confusing us, like you're saying, separate church and everything from this. But why I say God bless America, but at the same time, we can't even talk about it in the schools, right? So that it was on the news. I didn't catch the full story, but that was something that came up. And again, back to, like you said, society, it's like you're confusing when the kids are being confused, and they're like, okay, we don't know which way to go now, and y'all keep confusing us. You're going to see a confused product with us, right? That's a whole nother story. I'm not gonna go in that confusion.
Yeah. He said, so Rod said, I really separate the two. I don't equate Christmas with Jesus' birth, celebrate the birth, and celebrate Christmas. Same as not equating Thanksgiving with Columbus. True indeed.
I equate Thanksgiving with Mama D's dressing, her turkey wings, her potato salad, her sweet potato pie. And I equate Christmas with my family.
Right. It's just, I think it's.
I equate Christmas with the birth of Jesus, and the birth of Jesus with every single day. That's the way I look at it. It's not just the one day for me.
It's not the.
But
It's not the. You know, it should be one day that you celebrate either the birth or the death. You celebrate the life of Jesus and know that he's coming again and he's present in our lives, right? So
right,
it's a daily thing for me.
right. So the one thing though about that I look at it though is it is a time where again people's hearts are ready to receive, so to speak. Christmas and Easter are the most two attended times that people go to church, Christmas and Easter. And so, to know that, Christmas time's come around and man, this is a time where people can finally get it. For me, I'm a believer, so I know what I'm here for. I'm not here to offend people, but I am here to preach the gospel. I'm here to share life with people and really help them to see something that I didn't see years ago. So, so when you look at Christmas, it's just one of those times where, it's a gift in a sense that, you're going to meet new people. You're going to see people who are struggling, who have, need the hope for the future. And you can find that in Jesus. And so,
yeah. But going back to where it started, my wife and I now, she did total 180. Is it 180?
Okay.
Yeah.
180.
Now, she was like, yo, I know what we can do for Halloween this year.
I was like, it's a thing now. It's a thing. It's a thing now.
She was like, because she ended up getting this dress for her 45th birthday photo shoot.
Okay.
So she was like, I'm going to wear this dress again, and I'm going to be Tina Turner. So we're going to be a couple's costume. You going to be Ike. I was like, now, anime, you got to find yourself. I was like, I can't be. I was like, I was buying into it. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'm going to do the Lawrence Fishburne freaking Ike. Get the little bob do and everything.
Right.
Then I was like, what do I want to do with the beard? Ike Turner did not have a beard.
He did
right?
not have a beard.
So, my colleagues at work happened to recently call me Gandalf. And they said, we're not sure if you're Gandalf the Gray or Gandalf the White.
If you had a bigger hat, oh yeah.
So
let's go.
So there'll be Dumbledore, or Gandalf.
They were cousins.
The dark wizard. But again, what it does is, so now what we're doing here, we want to really want to tie it up. We're going out as a couple, right? And we're going to mingle with other people, either couples or just people in general. But now we get to just show, we can show the Jesus in us, still hanging out with them and everything. But oh wow, look, they actually like each other a little bit, Look at them, they dancing together and all that stuff. Oh, Larry and Carolyn were the life of the party or whatever, right? We'll go and enjoy ourselves, and we'll be dressed up.
There we go. Speaking of Halloween,
I might come dressed up as Brian
in the building.
I might, you know what? That's my costume. I'm gonna be Brian McCrory.
Where's my Dallas Cowboys fan? That's my costume. That's pretty scary right there.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, you want to dress up as a Super Bowl champion?
There you go. That's you, Duke.
I'm not gonna bite. Not today.
Not today.
You ain't gonna get me right now, because we could go down a whole rabbit hole with that. I am not going. You're not gonna get me to bite. I hope.
Is it a rabbit hole or is it a lion's den?
I hope.
Okay.
Lion's den, huh?
Okay.
Friday. It's Friday.
Look. I'm trying, okay? You got me rubbing my hands. I'm like,
rubbing the hands, right?
We got 10 minutes.
I'm not gonna go there.
Come with it. Come with it.
Look, you talk Dallas Cowboys, like 30 jokes that come to my head immediately, and I'm like, leave them alone, because I don't need the Cowboys Nation coming after me and trying to cancel me. So Halloween, real quick, we'll get off this subject in a second. So how do you feel about going to a masquerade ball then?
Ooh.
If you feel that way about Halloween, would you go to a masquerade ball and wear a mask?
If it's a fundraiser.
Oh, so you can justify it then.
Kind of justify.
I'll do Halloween as long as I get a lot of candy. I'm just saying. You know,
Right.
and again, like you think about the masquerade balls and how it all started off, and then how masks are looking and different other stuff, and would you allow your kids to dress up in a Halloween costume if they were going to be casted in a movie and make some money for it?
Sure would.
Okay. See, there's a lot of things that this is my point about, like how we make something like so like it's a pagan thing, it's this and that, but if you change the context of it, it's the same kind of premise behind it. But if we can justify it, like I'm gonna make money from my kid dressing up in this Halloween costume and being in this movie, and he's just acting. Well, it's just
acting.
Anyways, right? And we have to be mindful that, listen, we can't keep judging everybody for stuff, right? For these kind of things, these little trivial things, I should say. There are some things that should be judged, certain actions, certain everything. And people are like, you can't judge me. Stop lying. You get judged all the time. People judge everybody all the time. If I walked into a room with a police badge with a gun and everything else, as soon as I walk in that room, you judge me. You think I was a police officer. No,
I'm judging you right now because you got bad internet service.
Yeah,
it's not like
the last paper was chopped up.
Yeah,
what was the last thing you heard?
I heard
walking into a room.
And so if I'm walking into a room and I have a police officer's uniform on, and I have the gun and I have the hat and I have the badge and everything else, people judge me. They'll say you're a police officer, even though I'm just wearing a costume. I'm not a police officer. We judge people based upon what we see, and a lot of times we got to quit. Doing that, and it's
service alert.
anyways, so a lot of times we're doing the best we can in life, but as long as we're intentional about who we are and we're not causing other people to stumble, I think that that's a big part of walking this out. And a lot of times we're just we're too holier than thou. Like there's a time where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cancel Ford because they're supporting these things and this and that. Everybody's like, I'm canceling Bud Light because they're supporting this and that. Man, everybody cracking Bud Lights like crazy right now. Football season, who cares about what happened 6 months ago? So we gotta run. Yeah, that calling card is running low. You know what it was, Jeff? I was dropping knowledge, and the man was trying
to hold you back.
The mute button. The man has his mute button in Washington, D.C. under the White House, and he was hitting his button.
No.
So, all right, silence. All right, I hear some.
Yeah.
Who's in the kitchen? Who got a kitchen? Who's cooking?
Mrs. Banks just done teaching Zuma, and she's coming here making all sorts of noise. We want to make sure we know that she's present.
Don't say nothing.
She said, "What happened to the game?" That's what she said.
He said, "Okay, I'll take it there. How about the costume we wore at the club, or just out, or the lack of?"
Oh, yeah. The silk shirt. Oh, what about the what you call it? The muscle shirt. Who wore the muscle shirt back in the day?
Oh no,
I'm the only one that did it.
You're right.
But the funny thing about the dude who wore the muscle shirt, he would come and he had the muscle shirt on and it looked like he just put a whole bunch of deodorant on because it'd be white all up under his. Like he dancing, put his arms up, and he had just the white stuff and all the little nappy hair up.
I see that you're sure. You're sure, buddy.
Oh man, the muscle shirt dude. That was Larry. Come on, Larry. Don't even lie. You didn't have you wasn't working for these muscles for nothing. You was like, shoot, I gotta show it. Where's the club at?
Gun show.
And he would lift up.
We got the hands up like this.
He would lift, he would flex his arms like, yeah.
Nah, I'd be like this. What's going on over there?
What over there? Where's it at? Over there.
See, Ryan the mustard shirt.
He said mustard shirt guilty. Never had my pants low though.
I couldn't do that. It wasn't a good feeling. I don't.
Nobody sees the mustard.
What is that? What's the mustard shirt? The shirt with no sleeves?
Yes.
Kind of like what you have
Oh,
on.
tank top.
The tank
Yeah,
top,
the tank top.
or the one with no sleeves, one or the other. Yeah.
Right. All right to cut off. Yeah. Interesting. So what's your thought on Halloween, Ryan? Now we just end this conversation.
I mean, I never really. The only benefit for me with Halloween was free candy.
Yum.
Oh, right. No doubt.
We went trick or treating with no costume.
Right.
We grabbed a pillowcase and hit the street and said trick or treat. Hey, like my two younger brothers, I think they had a costume like I don't know, Luke Skywalker or something from Star Wars or whatever, something like that. But me and my brother Mark, we didn't. We just grabbed our pillow. And here's the thing. We couldn't even trick or treat. We didn't even get candy until we were like 6 or 7 years old.
Wow.
Right.
Right.
So trick or treating was never something that my mom was really into. The only reason we went when we got older is because at that point she didn't care. Right? But we never did that. We never, we didn't give out candy and stuff. And my mom was a teacher, but she didn't do Halloween. She never did.
So did that
it
translate?
was never a thing for me.
Did that translate into what you did for your kids?
Yeah, I didn't. My children have never been trick or treating, but we have in the last few years given out candy because you don't want to be the house that has your light off.
Right.
Lights out.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
So we never decorated or anything like that, but we did start giving children candy because we like the children in the neighborhood. But no, my children never really did that. Now I did. My girls, when they were in high school, they did end up ordering themselves, like, I don't know what something from TV. They ordered an outfit and the both of them had the outfit and they put the outfit on the dog. It's weird, some red jumpsuit with the hood.
Right.
I don't know what it was. But that was it. That was about it because we never really did Halloween.
Okay.
Like I said, it was always about the candy for me, never about the celebration or anything like that. But
Right.
why else would anybody entertain Halloween? At least a child, except to get candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
That's it.
So one of the things I've learned, so my kids for most of their life did harvest festivals or some kind of go to the YMCA and do something there. And so we would I don't think there's been a Halloween they haven't had a costume. And so
Harvest Festival. Yeah, we did do that.
Yeah. That's the holy way of doing this.
Yeah.
And so
That's the church way of doing it.
Yeah, we would do something like that, or we would go to YMCA or anything. But since we've been in Las Vegas, the first year was COVID. Second year, they got dressed up and went out. And so the last 2 years, they've actually gone out and went house to house. And one of the things I noticed that's a benefit of taking them house to house and doing this is how they interact with people. Because the first year it was so awkward that they like, do I go knock on the door? Do I do this? What do I say? Do I say thank you?
Right.
How do we, and now it gives them that confidence to go up, knock, hello, how you doing? Trick or treat, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Appreciate that and keep it moving. And so, I don't know if that's a good thing. It's a justification thing, but it literally helps them with their confidence. And so
that's good though. That's good.
The Harvest Festival was to make sure that you knew what the children were getting to keep them off the street.
Too.
Right.
That's what the Harvest Festival. It was a deterrent from wanting to go out trick or treating. So the church would set up a Harvest Festival and do it that way. So that really was the point of bringing people to the church, just keeping them off the street and knowing what they were putting in their mouth, in their bodies.
Right.
And now you got your trunk or treats.
And the trunk or treat,
I've never heard of a
celebration.
Yeah.
We dressed up as Dallas Cowboys.
That's scary. I'm telling you.
Listen, and the only reason we didn't take first place is because we were Dallas Cowboys. we had the best setup.
It was.
We had the best setup. But the only reason we didn't get it is because they was hating on the Cowboys.
You know, I'm gonna tell you about that. I can't take it no more. The reason why you didn't win is because you think you're the best and you're not.
You saved all that up just to say that?
Listen, it's been 30 years. 30 years. When's the last time y'all been in the playoffs to do anything in the playoffs? Come on, man. Be real.
Last year?
Did you did anything in the playoffs? When's the last time you did anything in the playoffs?
Last year.
What did you do? Lose?
We won until we lost.
You lost.
We won until we lost.
We lost to the 49ers in the playoffs.
Okay.
Listen, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Dallas Cowboys actually possibly being relevant this year. And then they showed us that we're imposters. Imposters.
Time out.
Uh-oh.
Let's make something very clear. The Dallas Cowboy football team is relevant every year.
Yeah, just like the New York Knicks.
No.
Come on, man. Leave my guys alone, please.
Right.
No, the New York Knicks are not relevant every year.
Like the Lakers are
Man, I
relevant
don't
every
do that
year.
stuff, man. We got
And the Lakers are relevant every year.
The only
Absolutely
difference
right.
is the Lakers are relevant every year and they actually pull it off regularly. They can be bottom of the barrel, but we know they're coming back. We know they're coming back. They got 17 championships to prove that they'll be back.
I'll tell you what, I am really happy that you and I
that was a good joke.
I'm really happy that you and I have the Lakers in common.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
That was a good dad joke. That was a good dad joke.
Your position with the Lakers rivals my position with the Cowboys. You just don't happen to be a Cowboy fan.
Right.
I love that. We right here, man. We right here. You my brother.
The difference is the only thing I can say is I can appreciate your loyalty in spite of.
Why you have to use in spite?
Let me ask you this question, Brian, and I just want to be honest. Have the Cowboys broken your heart any season in the last 10 years?
Wow. So, like every other fan of every team.
You thought we actually have a chance now.
So you're going to ask a question and then answer it?
No, I'm just asking. You thought we actually had a chance and got your heart broke.
So here's the thing. This is the thing that people don't understand about me. I am taking the Dallas Cowboys to the grave. They have to sell the team, change the name for me to no longer be a Cowboys fan. And y'all know why. But the difference is what's that?
I said much respect for that. Go ahead.
Yeah. But you know why though, right?
Because that's your team.
No. Do you know why? You know how I became a Dallas Cowboy fan?
No.
You don't know?
I think I do. I'm trying to think I'm sure you said it. Go ahead.
Tell your story. I'll be
so that was right there. That was the moment of the year. So my story for being a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm a father of 5.
Right.
4 daughters, 1 son who's gone on to glory.
Right.
That's right. I remember that.
2 daughters, 2 sisters above him, 2 sisters behind him. January 30th, 1994. He was born 8:37 in the morning. That was Super Bowl Sunday.
Right.
Dallas played the Buffalo Bills.
And they won.
And Dallas won. I watched the Super Bowl holding my only son.
Right.
So whoever came out of that game, I could have been a Bills fan.
Right.
But the winner of that game was my team for life because I watched the Super Bowl holding my son.
Whole life.
Yeah. So.
And it's all good. And I mean, you got the reason. And just like it doesn't matter if it's your team, it's your team.
That's why my heart can't get broke.
I'm not saying you should, neglect your team at all. What I'm saying is you should be honest about your team.
When am I not honest about the Cowboys?
Are you a blind fan?
Y'all should know me better
when
than
you
that.
said this, that something earlier about being a champion. Yes, you are a champion.
Oh, that was in response to y'all. That was being sarcastic.
You are a championship team, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a long. How many championships have the Dallas Cowboys won in their history? 5. So that's good, right? That's kind of like, I don't know.
5, just like what's funny? 5, like the 5 points on the star.
And so that means you'll never win.
Does that mean there won't be anymore?
I was about to say, you just opened yourself up for that one. You opened yourself up for that one. That's it. We're done.
We did it. We completed the star. We're good.
Right.
The reality is I'm a bigger sports fan than I am a Cowboy fan. And so, no, I'm not a delusional fan. I've never been a delusional fan. And I've had my heart broken by the Cowboys, just like the Falcons have had their heart broken by the Falcons.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie. Falcon fans got it rough.
I tell them they are the Southern version of the Dallas Cowboys, and they get offended.
Huh.
But I understand. Coming back, losing, being up 28-3 in the first half of the Super Bowl, and then losing. That's something to be brokenhearted about.
Man, that right there, they lost on their own. Why did you not run the ball?
Yeah,
run the ball, man.
Well, you could ask the Seattle Seahawks that as well.
True.
Well, it's interesting about that. I just saw, Club Shay Shay Shannon Sharp. He has a thing called Club Shay Shay.
Let's block Rod now. Let's go ahead and block him.
He got Marshawn Lynch on there, and Marshawn said that when Russ threw that interception, he went right up to Pete Carroll, took his helmet off, and laughed in his face. And went to the locker room like, dude, you should have handed me the ball. Like, you just didn't
got Marshawn Lynch on the goal line. Really?
Wow. Beast mode.
That's the best you could. Come on, man. That was just.
Yeah, but guess what? Look at red zone offense for Dallas this year without Zeke Elliott.
Is it better?
How about that? Yeah,
they rank 30th in the league for red zone offense. They cannot score in the red zone.
Pollard's good in the open field down there, but when it comes
Pollard can get you to the red zone, but he can't get you in because they don't have any power.
Speaking of work, I got fired from the bank yesterday.
Let me say this before you get fired from the bank.
A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
Speaking of red zone, though, you see that Philadelphia Eagles team, what they're doing with 1 yard go? They're killing
everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, they're killing people. Oh, by the way, preseason basketball starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lakers against Warriors.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. What happened to the time? That's crazy.
I know, right? What happened to the marketing?
Time is flying.
I know there's not really any.
What happened to
football season? And it's October, baseball.
Yeah,
ain't nobody caring about preseason.
What happened to Jimmy Butler's hairstylist?
I think Jimmy Butler
got a raise.
I think he took a pill and hasn't recovered.
So
that's odd. I thought the locks were odd a year ago, but this year. The piercings in the lip and the fingernail polish and the straightened hair.
And the funny thing is, he just called himself Emo Jimmy, and everybody's like Emo Jimmy, and that's
what is emo? I don't even know what emo is.
Emotional.
Oh, emotional.
Okay. Yeah, and so it's a way of saying emo. Yeah. You're emotional.
Yeah, he literally said part of it is because they didn't get Dame.
Oh, sorry, Richard was in the background. He heard you talk about the Seahawks. He said, I hate Brian. I feel your pain, Brian. As a Seahawks fan, what was Russell thinking? I guess he was running to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah, that wasn't Russ. That was Pete Carroll, man.
But it's interesting. So if we take out the current climate and we put Jimmy Butler in the 80s, he fits right in.
Fingernail polish doesn't work.
90s, he fits in with Dennis Rodman.
The 80s, he fits in with
Prince.
Prince and all those other musical groups that dress
That
just
was
like
weird.
he did their hair and
What's his name?
fingernail polishes. Ozzy
I
Osbourne.
think to me that's different than
So-
Prince. To me, he's
so-
more Jimmy Dennis Rodman.
I mean, he
So-
is Dennis Rodman, but I'm saying like that type of the way he is. I mean, you could look at rock band groups and see that, and see he fits right into that stuff. So,
What you about to say, Larry?
No, I would say that I thought this guy who shoots pool at the pool hall was on that same level, because I'm seeing his nails painted. I'm like, oh man, right? But then I think we got to talking, and he actually told me the story behind it, and I was like, you know what?
Okay,
that was
it's a story.
Yeah, it was a story. So I mean, his wife had passed away early, right? He's a young guy, and he has a couple of daughters, and the one daughter she would paint his nails, because I guess she's doing her mom's. So that became his thing. So now I see him with these Skittle looking fingertips, and I'm like, okay, that's him. And that's him and his daughter, bonding and stuff. And I'm like,
The emasculation of
that's like playing tea. It's like playing tea with your daughter.
Here's the thing, though. Like, for anyone that has ever put nail polish on their nails, like for any man that has ever gone and gotten a manicure, right? What's the difference between what Jimmy Butler has done with his nails and any man, even clear nail polish on your nails? The only difference is Jimmy nail polish has color. So if you have clear nail polish, you have no room to be critical of Jimmy Butler.
Boom. I get the I don't get manicures that much. I get the pedicure, but I don't get no polish. Not even clear.
So you go sit in a nail shop with a bunch of women and get your nails done.
Have you done it?
The first time I went and got a manicure,
yeah,
it was really cool.
I go there for the massage.
Now,
listen,
they said you need to put clear nail polish on to harden your nails, right?
Right.
And so I just, because they're the professionals, I thought it was okay, and I looked at it, and by the end of the day, it was peeling off my nails, because I guess I'm doing other stuff. I'm not like trying to keep my nails all pretty and stuff.
Yeah.
So I realized and recognized, I'm like, man, this stuff is a mess. I never got the polish again. I'll get a manicure, but I won't. It's not all the time. I mean, I haven't had one since before the pandemic. So,
yeah, I've gone into the nail shop, I think, twice in my life and had my nails done. Both of them was over 20 years ago. But what I'm saying is the feeling that I got when I was sitting in there, last time I was in there, is the reason why I didn't go back.
See, you know what? You didn't go to the right spot, man.
Listen, what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say, I don't have anything against anybody going to get a manicure.
Right.
I mean, I make sure my nails are clean. I clip them. I do my cuticles and stuff at home. Right. I've done that forever, and I try to keep them up real good. I don't put any polish on them. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter. Like, this is just Brian. I'm not trying to come against anybody. But I'm saying, if you've done it, you can't talk about Jimmy Butler. That's all I'm saying. Even if you wear clear polish, you can't negatively talk
I just looked him
about
up. I seen him. I didn't know who he was. I saw the hair. I was like, I seen this.
So the thing is, and it's as simple as this: do you? That's
right.
what I always
do
tell
you,
people.
boo boo? Do
Right.
you?
Yeah.
And then if women I'm talking to, do you, boo?
Yeah.
But
Just don't criticize Jimmy
you.
Butler if you're getting your nails done.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Mine is clear. It don't matter. Mine is clear. Man, if you have paint on your nails, close your mouth.
Close your mouth. M-O-U-S.
Shut your mouth.
M-O-U-S. Mouth.
Mouth. All right.
What's brown and sticky?
Boo boo.
A stick.
A stick.
A stick. That's delayed. Okay.
My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo, so I put my foot down.
Okay.
Why did
I went to buy some camouflage pants, but I couldn't find any.
They were right in front of you. Why did the stadium get so hot after the game? Because all the fans left.
Yeah. I failed math so many times I can't even count.
A friend of mine got kidnapped by a bunch of mimes. They did unspeakable things to him.
Oh man.
I used to have a handle on life, and then it broke.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. At least if you throw it hard enough.
That was good. That was good.
I was wondering why the frisbee kept getting bigger and bigger, but then it hit me.
All right, Odie.
Is that Odie?
The Simpsons dog that throw it anyway.
What's more unbelievable than a talking dog? A spelling bee.
Okay. Okay.
Don't you hate when someone answers their own questions? I do.
You're supposed to wait for someone to go.
I know they say that money talks, but all mine says is goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, so we appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us on this New Brothers Legacy. All hearts and minds are clear. We got one out. Last joke. Larry, you ain't got a joke?
I'll tell you what. You know the problem with kleptomaniacs?
What's that?
They take everything literally.
Doo-doo-doo.
Doo-doo-doo.
I do have another one though. I let Ryan finish it. He has another one. I want to say this one though. Did you hear about the Italian chef who died?
Nope.
No.
He passed away. Pasta.
That's good.
It's the laugh for me.
That's good.
Right. It's the laugh. It's the laugh that gets you.
Most people are shocked when they find out how bad of an electrician I am. I used to think I was indecisive, but now I'm not so sure.
988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, make sure you dial 988. Listen, we're rolling into the weekend. Make sure you are making good decisions, driving safe, being aware of what's happening around you. I think that's all. That's all I got. So know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Stay safe. Stay connected. Join our community. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Never miss a broadcast. Never miss an episode. So Larry's now doing the sign for love, peace, and hair grease. Shout out to Don Cornelius. Peace out.